All right, let's go ahead and get started. Well, again, welcome to the webinar, Migrating Virtual Machines from VMware to Oracle VM. Again, my name is Zach Wyatt. I'm the Director of Sales here. And then Vamsi Rampelli will go into more detail as we go forward. Go ahead, next. So before we get started, I just wanted to give a quick overview of Cambridge Technology. We're a 20-year-old firm helping companies create, modify, and implement their IT strategies. We're a publicly listed entity out of Mumbai Stock Exchange. We have 500 employees based around North America, Europe, and Asia. And our offices here in the US are in Atlanta, Boston, Kansas, and Louisville. We are a CMMI Level 5 certified company, and we hold ISO 27001 and ISO 2000 certifications. Next. So here's just kind of highlights just a few of our niches with artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud, application, and big data. Next. We've been in the cloud business for the last decade. We started way back with Amazon Web Services back in 2009. Since then, we've extended our capabilities to all the primary cloud providers, and we've managed millions of hours of managed services, including application systems with networks to medium and large workloads. Next. And then, as you can see, we're software agnostic. Our big priority is finding the best solution for our customers. And the key differentiator for us is our partner relationships. And then today, we're going to highlight our Oracle partnership. Next. And then with AWS, we're an advanced AWS consulting partner. We have the big data, Oracle, and DevOps competencies, and then multiple program competencies with managed services and our well-architected partner. Next. And then, as you can see here, here's our agenda for today that Vamsi will go into. As far as the Q&A section, we will have at the end. There is a box over on the right that you can input your questions at any time. And then during the Q&A session, we will go over all of those. So feel free to just go ahead and load those questions as Vamsi is going through the presentation, and then we'll get to it at the end. So I'm going to hand it over to Vamsi, and he'll take it from here.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. Hello, everyone. This is Vamsi Rampalli. I'm working as Senior Manager for Cambridge Technologies. So first of all, I would like to thanks for taking time to join us to understand on the agenda of how we migrate to Oracle VM. So we'll try to present some valuable information for the next 30 minutes. As an agenda, today we'll talk about Oracle VM and benefits, focus on migrating from VMware to Oracle VM, and we'll give a brief overview of what the templates are and how CD can help simplify the process of migration, followed by Q&A at the end of the session. So some of the evolving IT needs are data centers are becoming service centers. Basically, the traditional model has become limitations both on flexibility and scalability. Organizations hosting infrastructures are thinking beyond traditional power, flow, space, and support services. Hence, enterprise solutions model has risen to importance in becoming the primary data centers strategy for many organizations for achieving greater optimization efficiency. Hence, virtualized solutions are in greater demand for high performance, scalability, and reliability for deploying your enterprise applications. So why migrate from VMware to Oracle VM? Basically, customers would like to move from a high cost and proprietary virtualization solutions to the open cloud infrastructure built on Oracle Linux and Oracle VM. They need greater machine portability and isolation of OS independent, basically to run applications across machines, operating system without any compatibility issues. So Oracle Virtualization Overview. Oracle Virtualization Solution VMware is next please. So Oracle VMware's virtualization is helps us to migrate VMware infrastructure. So basically VMware runs on bare metal servers clusters, giving us full control of the environment. It's a high performance virtualization environment. It focuses on application driven virtualization. Basically, it can provide us high performance cloud deployments, and it is tested within the most demanding environments. And moreover, it's free to download. So all these Oracle virtualization solutions are not only specific to Oracle, but it works on leading non-Oracle applications like Siebel, EBS Suite, Microsoft products, etc. So what exactly is Oracle VM Server? So Oracle VMs are designed for efficiency and optimized for performance. It supports various operating systems and architecture like Linux, Solaris, Microsoft Windows, and x86 server architecture. It supports for para-virtualization and hardware virtualization virtual machines. Most importantly, Oracle offers virtualizations on hardware and operating systems. Oracle operating system because it's on bare metal, and it supports up to 128 vCPU virtual CPUs and 160 physical CPUs, and can provide high memory intensive for up to 2 terabyte or 1 terabyte, and is all are tested and available documented in Oracle's website. So next. So Oracle VM Manager, OVM, provides us an user interface. Basically, it's on a standard application development framework, web application, and it helps you manage your Oracle VM servers, virtual machines, and its resources. Basically, it's a web-based management user interface and also supports command line interface. The fundamental components of OVM consist of the Oracle VM Manager server and the OVM VM Manager database. So basically, all this Oracle VM Manager communicates with each Oracle VM server via an Oracle VM agent. So another critical component is VM storage. So basically, storage discovery and management is achieved using the Oracle VM Manager, which interacts with the Oracle VM servers via the storage connect plugin framework and the API to then interact with the storage components. So we can configure the shared or local storage and multiple network drives. And also Oracle supports several third-party storage solutions, and all this can be managed using the UI. So we can perform all complex storage activities like creating LUNs, assigning LUNs, expanding the LUNs for additional space, associate and share with different the VMs which are participating. So as mentioned, Oracle VM supports storage connect plugins are available from the different storage vendors. We can choose from NetApp, EMC, Hitachi, and Fujitsu, etc. So once we install the vendor-specific RPMs on our VM servers, we can communicate with the storage. So what is self-service provisioning? Basically, this feature will allow the users to provision resources by themselves. And this can help you to launch a service or application without the intervention of any highly skilled, experienced IT personnel or service providers themselves. Basically, it's like a console. It will help you to manage the VM infrastructure, the templates, assemblies, and all the various database services. And it can give you a full operation control, like you can start and stop the services, request additional resources, perform backup and restoration of the VMs, and have all the basic monitoring, and you can apply certain quotas to the VMs in terms of resources. And lastly, you can also write your own programs to programmatically access the data with a simple API call. Next. So we are going to shift a little bit more details on the VM templates. So The VM templates are basically built on are pre-built and pre-configured and are production-ready virtual machines. So the entire VM templates can be automated through the deployment process, such as so that we can deliver the workloads virtual machine matter of few hours, depending on the configuration we choose. In the later slides, we'll show you some of the numbers and some of the cost savings the organizations have benefited by shifting to the Oracle VM templates. So basically, once we export VMware virtual machine to OVF-based virtual appliance, and after that we can simply import the virtual appliances using Oracle VM Manager web interface, and we can within no time we can stand up the Oracle VMs. So a little bit deeper into the VM templates. The slide basically talks of downloading the templates or the virtual appliance from the Oracle Software's Delivery Cloud repository. And once we download them, we can import them into Oracle VM Managers. Once we are ready, we can start spinning up new workloads, whether it is single instance of database, where you see on the right side, or you can also stand up multiple instances of rack instances, or if you're specifically looking for importing your application, the Siebel and other applications. So all this can be using the templates as a base foundation. You can start delivering new workloads within your environment. And once we build these, we can further customize these images into a golden images and export them out. And we'll show how we do it. Basically, the goal is to deploy VM with very minimal number of steps. So a little bit of information on what a template or a virtual appliance looks like. So when we deliver a template, it's going to be a compressed file format with at EZ or OVF or OVF file formats. And within that package, there are some files, example with Linux as both base OS, image files, and all your patches on top of it for applications will sit on it. And it has all the configuration steps like OVF files within packages and steps. So to sum it up, it's a package consisting of base OS, base app, patches, and top of it, you can use our own custom script in order to build a workload. So this example shows how using the templates, we can create VMs, prepare your network storage VMs, and import this template and customize whatever the additional steps which we require for the Oracle rack. And then finally, you deploy your two node cluster. And all these steps will get you through the basic configuration and to get the deployment within the minimum number of steps, and helps you bring up the rack environment as quick as possible. So these are the various VM templates available in our document repository. So in terms of applications and middleware, it has templates for Business Suite, JD Advanced, PeopleSoft, OBI, and so on and other. For database, there are different versions like 12c, 11g, single instance in rack. You can also stand up your MySQL enterprise editions, different templates for Oracle, Linux, Solaris, and for a management, you have the OEM console for 12c, 13c. And there are several third-party templates also, which I have not listed it, but the details are available more in the Oracle site. So moving forward, we have used some of the best practices of a VM template. As far as this example talks about a rack production environment. So how we can bring up the rack production and deployment using the templates. This production mode is fully supported and documented. There are different release versions available for us to choose, and depending on how many number of nodes with multiple versions and files, we have the downloaded and fully supported production environments. So you build your own template, and which is built on top of the OS and the existing Oracle VM, and there are 64 bits of versions and configurations of VM files, And from the storage perspective, we can use Oracle ASM, Clusterware, NFS, or any local file system, and stand up your VMs as quick as possible using for an Oracle rack environment. So moving forward, in order to do this, achieve this, there is a utility called deploy cluster tool. Basically, it can help you automate an end-to-end cluster deployment from starting from one node to n nodes of cluster, and it also supports single instance or multiple instance deployments. So it can perform all the high availability functions and provide Oracle restarts and all those stuff. For validation, it accepts certain user inputs, like you can provide the nicknames, IP subnet mask, net configurations, Oracle SIDs, and few other parameters. Basically, it's very beneficial to automate and deploy in a silent mode, and that can within a matter of few hours, your entire rack or a cluster environment is readily available and deployed for a production environment. So same steps can be used to stand up a test environment, do your initial testing, and once you're satisfied, you can go run your stand up a production environment. So moving forward. So talking a little bit more for the developer community, I mean, we can leverage Oracle's platform as service and deploy your containers, microservices, using the templates and with some automated migration tools, and we can migrate these custom applications or any Dockerized apps using Oracle infrastructure. And as the application needs portability across Oracle, I mean, Oracle services like PaaS and IaaS is the best choice. It fully supports DevOps CI/CD practices and can make use of high performance and scalable infrastructure to run your enterprise level container applications in Oracle environment. And it also helps you store certain Docker and images in the repository. So moving forward, this is how we customize your templates. You download VM from the eDelivery repository and import them into your OVM repository. You can clone or create a new VM with that. And you can modify your templates by adding some additional parameters like SID ports, etc. And you can apply some critical patch updates and other patch updates. And finally, you can build your own golden images on top of it. And then you can use this as a multiple copies to test your image, create a clone and deploy. And once you agree to the deployment, then you can have the same environment customized for different production and other environments. So this is some of the, I mean, case studies what we have seen of how Oracle VM templates have saved time. So traditionally, if you have to stand up an Oracle environment, the majority of the time goes for installing OSs, RPMs, and all the other softwares. And then finally, you have your testing and your environment is ready. Whereas when you use Oracle VM templates, the whole environment can be brought up with 1/6 of the usual time required to stand up in Oracle rack environment, especially. However, the same applies to other environments because we have some readily available VM templates. So in order to perform this whole activity, administration is the major aspect. However, what we see here is Oracle has simplified this complete administration process. So move forward. So all your enterprise, basically we will use the Oracle Enterprise Manager I mean, it has several versions, like using the current version. This is a very handy tool. Basically, it has a repository, and the agents will help you to gather information from the target VMs. And it can provide you fine-grained metrics and also assist us to optimize resource utilization. So all the real-time anomalies can be found through this tool, and quick action can be taken, and we can respond to them. And all these can be further drilled down to individual resources for deeper monitoring. And we can further create alarms and thresholds and time intervals. And this can help you to optimize the VM infra and take decisions. And probably perhaps it can also help you take decisions like what VM needs to run, how many VMs can be shut down, and thereby help you do some cost savings. So moving forward, it has a centralized incident and problem management. We can view all your incidents, manage, diagnose, resolve those incidents on the console itself. And it can assign and prioritize certain tasks, escalate them to your team and to the SMEs. And in fact, it also has integration with Oracle support. So you can raise your Oracle SRs through this. And this can help you for speeder and faster resolutions. And it is integrated with certain help desk systems like Remedy, HP Service Center, etc. So in terms of reporting, I think it has wide variety of reports. It supports Excel, PDF, and HTML. So these reports can be run on a scheduled basis and the reports can be triggered via an email. And in fact, users can also access through the enterprise manager, but for customers and other who will be interested to see these reports, they can be delivered through the email. In terms of support, there's a premium support for Oracle, which is at no additional cost. And it is, the whole support is bundled with several capabilities. It can also support Oracle Linux, KVMs, KSplice. Basically, KSplice is an open source extension of Linux kernel. So all your security patches and can be applied on a running kernel without the need of reboot, and you can avoid all those downtime and improving availability. It also supports Dockers, containers, Oracle OpenStack, and Oracle Clusterware with no additional charge. So this is some of the interesting numbers which we talked earlier. So Oracle VM running on x86 hardware with 102 socket servers, each with 6 VMs and 48 GB virtual RAM. So with Oracle VM support is included. So if you see, there are hardly any spends in terms of getting the support for the licensing and enterprise manager. Whereas if you have the similar comparison with VMware, so VMware would need a license for 2 sockets, and it also needs support separately purchased. And VMware vCenter to manage your cluster environment with additional licenses support. And these are perpetual and annual. So thereby we spend a lot with VMware when compared with Oracle VM. Next, please. So further analysis of running a 250 nodes, 2 socket servers for 3 years support with. So here we will spend on certain annual costs for Oracle VM, whereas support is around $599 per server for a year. Whereas similarly, if you have to manage this entire stack in VMware, you almost end up spending the 6.1 times of what you spend on Oracle. The majority of them goes for VMware licensing and as well as support. So on the enterprise manager and billing and revenue management, all these can be managed within the Oracle Enterprise Manager. So you can, all the cloud services and cloud enterprise configurations are metered, and we can know the cost of each of these spends, and you can generate your, the bills can be generated and delivered to you. So that way we can micromanage this entire cost and billing, and wherever there are unnecessary services running, we can stop them to minimize your spends. So here is what our customers talk, some of the testimonials what we received after we migrated their on-prem traditional Oracle software to Oracle VM. Their overheads of IT costs came down by 60% because their entire application stack was running on Oracle, and it was by taking advantage of Oracle VM, there was considerable savings in terms of spends in hardware and as well as in licensing. And moreover, within a matter of few hours, we are able to bring up the Oracle VM when compared to several days to provision a physical server. So all this can, we can bring up a UAT or a test environment by cloning the production copies within a matter of a few hours. So finally, as a conclusion, there are several approaches available to perform migration from VMware to Oracle. It's very important to consider these impacts. And CTE, with its vast experience and knowledge, will help choose the right approach. And we can help customers minimize their outage and migration time. We can help you consolidate both servers and storage. And there could be a repetition of the migration activities. All these can be completely automated through scripting and migration procedures. We can help you reduce your licensing cost and simplify the IT management. And lastly, in the event of any contingency, we can quickly launch these instances with the golden copies what we created, and we can bring up this whole environment and altogether into a different different zone or region and help you achieve business continuity. So finally, we are done with the presentation. If any question or answers, please raise your questions through the chat window. We'll be happy to assist.
Anybody have any questions? All right, well, we appreciate everybody taking the time to join the webinar. If any questions are come up or any proof of concepts want to be discussed, feel free to email sales@ctepl.com. Thanks so much for joining, and everybody have a great weekend or have a great afternoon.
Yeah, thank you.